stole my car, but I have a feeling I know who did it. So, this is probably one of the strangest things that's ever happened to me. About a week ago, my car was stolen right out of my driveway. I live in a pretty quiet neighborhood, so this was a huge shock. I filed a police report, but I wasn't holding out much hope of getting it back. Fast forward to yesterday, I'm driving a rental car, and I stop at a red light. I look to my right, and there it is, my car, just casually sitting in traffic like nothing happened. I didn't even think. I just started honking and waving, trying to get the driver's attention. The guy looks over, sees me, and immediately floors it. I was in total disbelief. I tried to follow him, but he managed to lose me in traffic. I called the police again, but they told me there wasn't much they could do without more information. I'm so frustrated and confused. How did this guy just steal my car and then have the audacity to drive it around in broad daylight? I'm wondering if anyone else has gone through something like this, and if so, how did you handle it? Is there anything else I can do to try and get my car back? Here's the first comment. That's insane. I can't believe you actually saw your stolen car on the road. Definitely keep pushing the police, and maybe consider hiring a private investigator if you can. You never know what they might dig up. The next person says, this sounds like something straight out of a movie. If the police aren't helping, you might want to post about it on social media or local groups. Someone might recognize the car or know something. It's worth a shot. The last commenter says, what a wild situation. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Keep an eye out and maybe even drive around the area where you saw the car. The thief might be bold enough to keep driving it around. I hope you get it back soon. Update 1 week later. A week has passed since I spotted my stolen car on the road, and things have taken an unexpected turn. After my last post, I was feeling pretty helpless and frustrated with the situation. But a few days ago, something happened that gave me a glimmer of hope. I was at home, scrolling through my phone, when I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I answered it, and to my surprise, it was a detective from the local police department. Apparently, after my second call to report seeing the car, the police decided to escalate the situation. They had run the plate on my car, flagged it as stolen, and put out an alert to all patrol units in the area. The detective told me they had managed to track down the car. It was found parked in a shopping center about 20 miles from my house. They staked it out for a few hours, and sure enough, a guy matching the description I gave them from the brief encounter pulled up in another vehicle. The officers approached him, and after a bit of questioning, they arrested him on the spot. Here's where it gets even crazier. The guy who stole my car was part of a small-time car theft ring that had been targeting vehicles in suburban neighborhoods for months. The police believe my car wasn't the only one he'd stolen. In fact, they're looking into several other cases in the area that they think might be connected to this group. When they searched the car, they found a bunch of random items inside, nothing that belonged to me, but things that were likely stolen from other vehicles. The detective told me they're trying to match the items with other theft reports to build a stronger case against him and the others involved. The best part? My car was in surprisingly good condition. Aside from a few scratches and some dirt, it was pretty much the same as when it was taken. They've dusted it for prints and checked for any hidden GPS trackers or modifications, just to be safe. Once they're done with their investigation, I should be able to pick it up in the next couple of days. I'm still in shock that this whole thing even happened, but I'm incredibly relieved that it looks like I'm going to get my car back. The detective said that my quick thinking reporting the car as soon as I saw it and being able to provide a detailed description of the thief was a big help in getting the police involved and ultimately catching the guy. As for the thief, he's facing multiple charges now, not just for stealing my car but for several other thefts as well. The police are working to track down the other members of the ring, and it sounds like they're confident they'll be able to make more arrests soon. I'm so thankful to everyone who offered advice and support after my last post. It's been a whirlwind of emotions, but I'm just glad this nightmare is finally coming to an end. I'll be keeping a close eye on my car from now on, and I've already started looking into better security measures for my home and vehicle. If there's one thing I've learned from this whole ordeal, it's that you can never be too careful. I'll post another update once I get my car back and everything is officially resolved, but for now, I'm just relieved to have some good news to share. Thanks again to everyone who helped me through this. Update 4 weeks later. Just when I thought the craziness had ended, things took an even more shocking turn. After my last update, where the police caught the guy who stole my car, I thought it was all over. But the story was far from finished. About a week ago, I got another unexpected call from the detective handling my case. He told me they had been digging deeper into the car theft ring and had discovered something that left me speechless. The guy who stole my car wasn't just randomly targeting vehicles. He had been hired by none other than my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. According to the detective, she had orchestrated the whole thing. The motive? She found out that my boyfriend and I were planning to move away together, and she couldn't stand the thought of him leaving town. She knew that with his financial situation, losing a car would be a huge burden that might force him to reconsider the move. Apparently, she hired this thief to steal my car, thinking that the financial strain would make it impossible for us to go through with our plans. The thief was promised a cut of whatever insurance money we might get, and she thought she could manipulate the situation to her advantage. When the police confronted her with the evidence, she confessed to everything. She claimed she did it out of desperation, that she still had feelings for my boyfriend and couldn't let him go. It's honestly hard to wrap my head around the lengths she was willing to go to just to keep him from moving on with his life. But here's where things take an even more unexpected twist. Just as all of this was unfolding, my boyfriend's father stepped in. When he heard about what had happened, how his son's ex had gone to such extreme lengths to sabotage his life, he was furious. My boyfriend's father had always been a practical man, not one to get involved in drama, but he wasn't going to let this slide. A few days ago, my boyfriend got a call from his dad asking him to come over. When he arrived, his father surprised him with the keys to a brand new car. It turns out his dad had been planning to buy a new vehicle for himself, but after hearing what happened, he decided to gift it to my boyfriend instead. He told him that no one should have to deal with the kind of madness his ex put him through, and that he didn't want him to be held back by such a ridiculous scheme. The look on my boyfriend's face when he told me about it was priceless. After everything that's happened, to have something so generous and unexpected happen was a huge relief. We both feel like we can finally put this whole ordeal behind us and move forward with our plans. We're still in shock over the entire situation, but we're incredibly grateful for how things turned out. The police are charging his ex with multiple counts related to the theft, and the thief is already facing a lengthy list of charges. It's satisfying to know that justice is being served. As for us, we're moving ahead with our plans to relocate. The new car from his dad has taken a massive weight off our shoulders, and we're more determined than ever to start fresh somewhere new. This whole experience has been a whirlwind, but it's also brought us closer together and reminded us of what's truly important. So, here we are 4 weeks later, ready to leave this chapter behind and start a new one. We're excited about the future, and while we know life can throw some crazy curveballs, we're confident we can handle whatever comes next. Thanks again to everyone who supported us through this wild ride. It's been one heck of a journey, but we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Honestly, things are looking up. I want to thank you all for your support. Your help has been amazing in all of this. I will update you all if anything changes. Here's the first comment. Wow. I can't believe how twisted this story got. It's insane that someone would go to such lengths to keep your boyfriend from moving. I'm glad you both got out of that situation and have a fresh start ahead. His dad stepping in with the car is such a beautiful gesture. What a great way to end this crazy chapter. Here's another opinion from the comments. This is straight out of a movie. The ex-girlfriend hiring someone to steal your car to keep him from moving is next level crazy. I'm so glad the truth came out and justice is being served. Props to his dad for being so supportive. Sometimes family really comes through in the best way possible. Let's hear one more. Unbelievable. Just when you think the story couldn't get any wilder, it does. I'm so happy for you both that things turned out okay in the end, and that you have the chance to move on without this drama holding you back. Kudos to his dad for being a real hero in this situation.